Hello, it's a pleasure to finally kind of meet you in this weird way. I said I was going to do some videos on form, how I pick horses and other little bits and bobs, okay, but and I will get down to that. It's just quite hard to do to kind of know what kind of level to pitch it at, and at the same time as you start talking about one thing, you kind of go down another avenue, and before you know it, the video is an hour long and nobody's none the wiser, so it's going to take a little bit of work, but there was a couple of questions posted, all right, and I wanted to answer those first. I've just realised how bare my room looks. Obviously, I'm in the military. This is the room where I stay throughout the week before I go home at weekends. So it's literally me, a phone, a laptop, an Xbox, and a bag of pants and socks. That's about it, really. So, I'm not in prison, I can assure you, okay? So back to the horse racing. So Aram put up the first question, and he asked about jockeys' claims. I'm not sure if there's something that I've put in my write-ups recently. Maybe I've mentioned jockeys' claims a little bit too much. If I've done that, I didn't mean to mislead anybody. I'm not suggesting £7 off a jockey's back. Sorry, £7 off a horse's back is mega, and because that horse is half a stone lighter than anything else, it's going to win. That's not the case at all. The most important thing to stress here, and it'll become apparent when I do later videos, is that I pick a horse on its merits. Okay, if I think the claim is capable and it's taking more weight off the horse's back, then yeah, mega. But I pick the horse on its merits. Okay, now. The jockey is one of the last things that I consider, really. I'm looking at the horse, I'm looking at its form, distance, track, ground, draw, etc, etc. The jockey is one of the last things I consider. So, in answer to your question, Aram, no, not all the time. If a horse is rated 60 and it's got a £7 claimer on it, in my eyes, it is not effectively racing off 53. Okay, it's racing off 60, but it may have an additional advantage. So when I'm looking at pros and cons, I'm just marking it up. Put it this way: if after I've done some calculations, my top rated is 60, and I can see that the one below it is kind of rated there or thereabouts, but he's got a £7 claimer on it, I'll look at it and I'll consider it, but it won't sway me away from the one that was initially my top pick anyway. So yes, it is important. When I'm looking at apprentice jockeys or claimers or whatever we want to call them, and I'm considering whether they're good or not. I mean, some are good, some aren't good. Even the ones that are good make mistakes. Professional jockeys, Ryan Moore, Sylvester D'Souza, Jim Crowley, all of them, they all make mistakes every now and then, okay? Mistakes are going to happen. When I'm looking at a claimer and whether they're worth their claim, if there's one that's out there that's mega good, then brilliant. It's not that easy though, okay? I do think there are times when it's worth giving the jockey a chance. If a jockey, a claimer, okay, a young, inexperienced jockey is on a hold-up horse in a 5 furlong sprint, okay, never. I mean, the jockey would have to be good. He's still taking £7 off this sprinter's back, okay, and that's not to say that he's not capable enough to get the horse to come from last to first, okay, but it's a lot for a jockey. When these younger jockeys are there, it's a lot for them to get themselves balanced and get the horse rolling, and they can't kind of change hands and pull the whips through, get their horse to change legs and kind of move left and right and keep the horse rolling. They just can't do all of that as quickly as other jockeys can. Okay, so it's a straight 5 furlongs maybe, but I'm much more likely to give a young claiming jockey a chance if they were a prominent or front-running racehorse in something like a 5 furlong sprint. If I'm effectively saying to myself, this horse was well handicapped, I think he had a chance. Oh look, he's got a 7 furlong claimer on, and he's a front runner, and it's over 5 furlongs. I think to myself straight away, point and shoot, mate. You can't fuck this up. Now, clearly you can, all right? They can and will. But, yeah, there you go. So in answer to your question, there's not really an answer, okay? Unfortunately, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be vague. everything in horse racing as case by case, just one thing at a time. So today I backed a horse in the 3 o'clock, today's Tuesday by the way, today I backed a horse in the 3 o'clock called Mysterion. It's got a £7 claimer on, it's the only front runner in the field, and thinking to myself, he can't fuck this up. He can fuck it up, he can go off too quick, and actually that's what he's done. And I've got that on my computer here ready to go, so I'll show you this as an example and we'll talk through it. So just bear with me a minute. So it's the horse coming out of stall 2.
They're off. So they race over 1.5 miles for the Racing UK Android app.
Sorry, excuse me.
racinguk.com/mobile handicap stakes. Mysterio's away well. Plenty of pace on here. Mysterio by a length to lean on Pete and then Druid Diamond.
Okay, so this is us, Mysterio in the lead there, and one thing that's immediately apparent to me is that he's not being taken on for the lead at all. But look at the distance. Look how strung out he's got them. He needs to have a look here and say, I don't need to be going this quick. I can afford to slow up a little bit here. And in a second, he does have a look over his shoulder or between his legs. He needs to say to himself, nothing's going to take me on for the lead here. I can afford to slow the pace down a little bit. But he doesn't. And he's still got a mile to go. Alright, so you can see he has a little look there. If nothing's going to take him on for the lead, and he's not under any pressure, he can afford to slow it down there and give his horse a breather. Like I say, this horse has won over a mile and 4, but his last 3 wins have been over 10 furlongs, and he's just gone a bit too quick really. There was no need for it. I'm trying to laugh about it, but he was 2 lengths clear. He's gone 3 lengths clear now. I'm trying to laugh about it. We've all lost money on this horse today, but it's just unnecessary, really. He's put himself under too much pressure. He's put the horse under too much pressure. As it turns out, he's put those in behind him under pressure as well. But actually, he's gonna get collared, and he's just done a bit too much. So I don't want to condemn the young jockey. If he'd gone a little bit slower and then kicked later on, he might not have won anyway. But you can see here, these guys, the majority of them are under pressure there, and he's still got 1/4 of a mile to go. So what you'll notice in actually, he's having a good go at him there. He's just pulled the whip, he's given him a crack now, and as much as Lean on Pete goes across him there, when the young jockey pulls Mysterio back out, he actually starts to stay on again. So the horse has got, I wouldn't say he's got plenty left in the tank, but he's got a fair bit. Look, he's still staying there. And it's not until the last 100 yards where this one cuts across him and kind of cuts him up that it's curtains for him, really. So, yeah, there you go. So, let me just turn this off. So, in answer to your question, Aram, do I take the jockey's claim into account? Do I kind of remove that from the horse's official rating or anything? No. Jockey's one of the last things I look at, okay. Would I consider it a positive when I'm trying to convince myself or you, subscribers, that it's a good thing, or any of my other friends, if we're talking about it, and they say, I like this horse, and I'll say, well, I like this horse, and these are the reasons, these are the reasons why I think the horse is going to win. And he's got another £7 off his back, so it's a pro. It's not the be-all and end-all, basically. I don't try and avoid apprentice jockeys, claimers, whatever we want to call them, nor do I actively seek them out. It's all on the horse's merits, and then it's that afterwards. So hopefully I've answered your question. If I haven't, after 10 minutes, I sincerely apologise. Ask another question, I'll try my best to answer it. Hopefully over the next few days we'll make a couple more videos, if I can figure out how to get the fucking things on the website, and slowly everything will start to come together. Alright, thanks for your time, bye.